William.
Yeah.
William.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the door.
Hold the door. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
How did they get enough money to get fucking Hodor's actor to this fucking movie? That was so fucking random. When I first watched it fucking came out of nowhere. I was fucking confused. It literally.
I mean, at this point, it's clear that they've actually gotten somewhat competent. They got a new director for this one, and then the director's like, we have enough money for this guy. We're not going to be doing much else with this money, other than sets and some CGI. Let's get him in.
It was like when it just came out of nowhere when I was watching this. It was so weird. This immersion in this movie literally came out of nowhere for me. I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck? They got Hodor's actor to the shit. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah, well...
they're doing something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's become apparent that this guy, like, when Hodor died, he became a god. This is what happened. This is the
yeah, it's a fucking... we should... What's Hodor's actor's name, by the way? It's, Christian? Is it Christian? Or is it Chris or Christian? I'm not...
That's a good question, actually. I mean, I think it's like just Christian is how I would assume it's pronounced. Christian Nair.
Okay.
Nair.
Okay, Christian Nair. Yeah, like you said, I was watching this movie. I was like, I wasn't bothering with anything. Then I just fucking Christian Nair just showed out of nowhere. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ. Oh wow, we got Hodor's actor to this movie somehow. Huh? Interesting. I was like, oh okay. Okay, yeah. So welcome to Mythica 5, the 5th one.
The Quest for Evil.
Yeah, the Quest for Evil. Jesus Christ.
God, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what happens,
Yeah.
Like, I was saying that as a joke, but I didn't expect it to actually be a thing. So
yeah,
it's somewhat accurate.
This movie goes balls deep, all right. This
movie is like. You know how earlier I said the third one was a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But then the fourth one went 2 steps back.
Yeah, the fourth one was fucking insane with Sky Pirates. Good thing we saw them Sky Pirates again.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like they were relevant or something.
Good thing we saw how important Sky Pirates are to this universe.
God, but you get the fourth one, which is just a mess.
Yeah.
But then you get the fifth one, and then it's like. They recovered. It's like they really recovered. It's like, wow, this is actually a very, very good. I mean, I won't say very, very good. It could use some work, but it's actually it's pretty much there. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's God, it's like this is like the fifth one at least is honestly my favorite movie out of this whole franchise right now, with the third one being the second one.
But wait, what happens when the 6th movie comes out?
God, no, we ended it. We actually had a very good ending. We actually tied it up rather well here. No more.
All right,
no fucking more.
Oh yeah. So the 5th movie, like the 4th movie, does that have a Wikipedia page for us to fucking go over and discuss about?
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me pull up the copy of it so I could. Yeah, sure. I'll update VLC. Oh fuck. All right. Oh god, this audio's loud. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, so we open up just some fucking gory shots of people dying. This movie really took such a fucking turn out of nowhere. I was so fucking all this movie established so far. It was like a lighthearted movie, except the 4th one, which fucking just showed people dying straight up with gruesome death. But Jesus Christ, this movie opened up in a literal war scene.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair though, it's it does well in the fact that it's established things have gone to shit. Okay, it's kind of serious now.
Yeah.
So it does well to establish a mood and it raises the stakes for you immediately right afterwards. Mm-hmm. So then we don't have to go. We know what's going on. We know what's at stake. Now let's go on with the movie, which is actually pretty much fine.
Yeah.
But Jesus, you got people dying, they're all zombies eating each other and shit.
We kill some girl's father on screen.
Yeah, that was a thing too. Oh my god!
But we got Tila the White, who's back now, who's a fucking who's super magic wizard.
God, Tila's not Tila, but the goddess who controls Tila pissed me off so much in this movie. My
Boy, Matthew
God, she
Mercer
was
so like he's having the most fun of his life.
dude. Matthew Mercer is great. He's just playing it up, and it's just amazing, and like I fucking love it.
Look,
and
here.
he's
Yeah.
still the best part of this movie.
Wait, I feel
You
like
know?
a lot of this we could just be prevented if everyone just had a gun, alright?
God damn.
Look, I'm telling you, a gun solves problems, alright? If American history has taught me anything, we solve all of our problems with guns.
Oh my God. Sure, that's exactly how it
Look,
worked.
we will use guns to solve the Universal Studio versus movie studio war, alright?
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about Trolls 2 and how Trolls 2 cause a cosmic divide within the movie industry.
God damn it.
Literally. So we're going off track real quick, cause that's all we do in these videos. But did you saw how literally the release of Trolls 2 on demand has caused a rift within the movie industry now? Like it is the catalyst of everything wrong with the movie industry now. Did you saw that?
Wait, with what? With what?
With Trolls 2.
With Trolls 2? Oh yeah, you're talking about like how because it did so well on demand, and then AMC got pissed off. It's like, you know what? We're not streaming your movies
it's
anymore.
not just AMC. Other movie theater chains are joining in on with AMC now on banning Universal movies.
I mean, not to be fair, but like, honestly, that's their loss, and it's more to Universal's gain. Considering.
It's so fucking crazy how literally Trolls 2, a movie no one took for granted as just like some fucking side movie, has caused a war within the movie industry now.
I mean, oh my God,
Trolls
it's just like
2 is people in 100 years, people will remember the impact Trolls 2 made within the movie industry. They will write about this in books.
God,
They will write literally just about Trolls 2 and no other movie. No other movie will survive history except Trolls 2.
Jesus
It
Christ,
will
dude.
be forever archived within history.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, but yeah, okay, sure,
Yeah.
Austin.
Okay.
I don't
back
need
to
think about
Mythica now. All right, that's just the tangent. That's just the
At
tangent. I want to talk about Trolls 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
At
Yeah.
least
So Merrick
we're
and Elf Guy are still trying to bang.
Okay, so I mean, I'll as usual, I'll read the plot synopsis. Unfortunately, it's not on Wikipedia, so I am now going to IMDb yet again, and it's not really a plot synopsis. It's just kind of, well, I mean, it kind of is, but whatever. I will go ahead and read it right now.
Okay.
As the Lich King zombie legions ravage the world, Merrick, a cursed young sorceress, embarks on a quest to obtain a weapon from the gods with her friend Dagon, a self-serving half-elf rogue.
All
They're not friends at this point.
his
They're
name
pretty
is
much in
Dagon.
a relationship
Okay.
at this point, but
Okay,
alright.
Okay, that's
yeah,
his name. I just remember.
I have been saying Dagon for like in every single podcast about Mythica. Okay, because honestly, he honestly is my favorite character.
And I definitely have been remembering his name.
God damn it. But when she joins her sworn enemy in a desperate attempt to save the world, she must recover the good in herself before her friends are all dead and defeat the Lich King before the gods are destroyed and the world forever enslaved. So she succeeds, 2 out of 3 for that one actually.
Mm-hmm.
She succeeds in 2 out of 3 for that. Spoilers. But yeah, it's like, this movie is just really, really good.
Boy,
I know I've been saying that.
Drinking doesn't get caught on audio.
Well, you go like.
Oh, or just
yeah, just do that. No one will know.
Oh God, I actually choked myself. Bad. Fuck. Okay.
Just drink it like a normal person. Also.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's actually surprisingly well done. It's like after 4, like I had hope in 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because 3 was great. 4 was a mess. I didn't really like 4 at all.
But then the Sky Pirates.
God, I am so annoyed, and especially with Zombie Girl, who's just like I don't. I'm so annoyed at the ending of 4, where she's like, they're kind of happy like she's back with the wagon or something. It's like, why is it so triumphant? This is so odd. It was such a weird change in tone, especially after the 3rd one. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But then you get the fifth one. And then the fifth one is like, it kind of reverts back to the tone that you get in 3, but it's a lot darker because the world's gone to shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
there's a zombie apocalypse. This movie just turned to a zombie apocalypse movie. It's so fucking weird. It's just the best thing about it too. Like this being a zombie apocalypse movie literally came out of nowhere for me. I was so confused when I saw it was a zombie apocalypse movie. I was like, oh, okay. We just fucking turned to a full-on zombie movie.
I mean, to be fair, Necromancer, Lich King.
Oh man,
you know,
yeah,
it's
you're
standard.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, oh god, like, to be fair, I kind of understand why they didn't do it. Because, but like, when I think Lich King, I wouldn't think, you know, just people who died and recently risen up, you know, they look like they're wounded and stuff, but they don't, like, I would have expected, like, bones showing, like, maybe just one guy lost an arm, he's shambling around, maybe, like, there's, like, mostly decaying corpses and stuff, and, like, maybe just skeletons have risen up, that kind of thing. I was expecting stuff like that, but you don't really get that here. You just get people who look, they look like people, but they're acting like zombies. But it's like, it's fine because it works for the most part, and it's just like, it's not the biggest detail. It's just like, for how good this movie is, I wish they did more, but I can understand that they couldn't because this is
not on sale. I'm so sad.
Because this is funded by Kickstarter, or it's like indie developed, so they may not have the budget for that. But it still works overall. It never really took me out of it. Honestly, the sets and locations are fine. There was a discrepancy when I saw, but it was only a matter of continuity, in that, like, they were in a snow area, but then they were in a not snow area when they're traveling on horses, and then they go back to a snow area. And that was like the one discrepancy I noticed, and that was kind of it. Set locations are fine, honestly. Because it doesn't feel like it's at Utah until maybe around the end when they have to go to an area where it's kind of clear that, like, yeah, that's Utah. And, like, you know, when you see what do you call those, big rocks or whatever?
Yeah, rock formations, mountains.
I don't know if there's a specific
ridge?
term.
Ridge?
You know, the mountain ridges and stuff like that. Yeah, but it gives a sense of, like, yeah, that's Utah. But, you know, they couldn't help.
Utah. That's just gonna be like, yeah, that's Utah.
No, yeah, it was like, that's how it was when when you got married.
It's so funny how you said it like that. He's like, yeah, that's Utah. It's like, oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
Utah.
Ooh, yeah. I gotta fucking water. Just like, yeah.
Because it's just like, it's like if it wasn't for the filter or the color filter that they had, it would have been all red and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's Utah right there. So, you know, this is kind of how it was for me.
Funny. Yeah.
But okay, so I'm just going over real quick. Plot, like, the settings were fine. Honestly, the what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for here? Props and costumes were actually really, really good this time. You know, it's like they were always good before, but here it was especially noticeable, especially because, like, you know, they actually feel like they're going into certain locations. It's like, there's this one part when they actually enter the Thieves Guild, like, it does feel like a seedy catacombs kind of thing that, like, thieves would actually skulk around in. You see all these scrolls and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, this ancient knowledge and stuff.
Yeah.
They do go to the city, and it does, like, because of how crowded, like, this one section of road was. It did feel like this would be a place for, like, a crowded bazaar, you know, where people would be marketing their goods and stuff, even though it's been abandoned because, you know, obviously zombie apocalypse, and that was fine and all. It's like they didn't have, like, big majestic set pieces, but with what little they had, it worked. And nothing ever really took me out of it except for Utah.
Yeah,
but,
except for Utah. Utah just ruins this movie. That is what happens. Look, if Utah didn't exist, this movie would have been fine, probably.
Where would they have been filming? Arizona?
Yeah.
God.
Sure.
Or maybe bigger Utah, but I have no idea.
Bigger Utah.
Yeah, it's just Utah, but bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's in capital letters rather than just, you know,
nice.
spelling Utah normally. Because the acting is actually probably, like, the best it's been in so far.
Yeah, they had like 5 years to work off to work on this movie franchise.
Yeah, to be fair, they do. But they also kind of, like, I remember in the fourth movie they had this, like, because, okay, to bring about an example of the acting, I'm gonna focus on Merrick, because Merrick, Melanie Stone has actually done rather well here, in that in with what she's given, because you have it so that she's actually kind of like you have the fourth movie where basically she's like, oh, I give the stone to you, give me the Iron Crown,
Yeah.
And then and then she's like in the fifth movie, you kind of explore how she kind of like, God, like the world's gone to shit, and so she knows that she's pretty much the reason for that, and so she starts to really doubt herself.
Yeah.
About over her decisions, and you have Dagon there who's trying to comfort her, saying, okay, look, I know things have gone to shit, but look, just focus on the plan. You can't afford to look back. You have to keep moving forward, because if you look back, it's over. It's done. We're done.
Yeah.
And you really have her be like getting torn up over the decisions he's made. So maybe like, what if just my decisions, like, what if I'm just like like this evil without knowing it, that kind of thing, right? And then you go to Hammerhead. Well, they go to Hammerhead because they trying to give him the crown so they can get the hammer. But Hammerhead's all like, "You're just like your mother," that kind of thing. And then she actually learns more about her mother. How she was like, her mother was not a good person. She was like a thief, or like this roaming gypsy who just like did whatever, like a heartless mercenary type of thing, right? And that she also did steal a piece of the dark spore for herself. Like, she was hired by Zorlak to actually get the piece, but then she kept the piece for herself, and then she was pregnant with Merrick, and then that's how Merrick got her powers, because she kept the stone with her, and Merrick siphoned the energy from like the dark spore. So that's why, and then there's this like whole conversation. She's like, "Oh yeah, she was not a good person," and I doubt it's like, and you're like the same, that kind of thing. And you also learn that Merrick's name is actually a rather cool. It's a pretty cool name when Hammerhead mentions it. I think it was Hammerhead who names her. And you learn that Merrick stands for crooked, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, I named you that because it's like, oh look, it's like." He gives the analogy, like a blacksmith who makes a sword and it's perfect, but then he starts looking at it and there's like something that's just not quite right with it, like something's wrong, and then he's saying that was how why he named Merrick, because it was the same with her, but she was born with like the gimp leg, and so it's like, that's really fucked up, dude. Holy shit! Just kick her down while you're at it, dude. Like, it was really bad. Like, I felt really bad for her though. But Hammerhead's dead, so she's like, but then she's again just wondering like about like if she can actually do it, like save the world, even though she's kind of put it in turmoil in the first place. And then everyone else is basically down on her except for maybe Dagon. But then I remember like later on, like, it was a dick move, right? But so there was this fight between not Dagon, Merrick and Tila, or not Tila herself, but the goddess who possessed Tila, because the goddess is like, "Oh, you're evil. Oh God, get away! Like, I'm going to kill you now." That kind of thing. She's pretty much a dick, and she almost kills Merrick, and then Merrick is like, actually ends up calling for Zorlak for help to save her, and then that's like, oh well, then she's pushed towards like evil, like with Zorlak, and then Zorlak manipulates her, that kind of thing. And it's like that type of thing where you can believe her rage and anger at everyone else for like betraying her. And Dagon not included, because Dagon was on her side and stuff. She thinks like the gods like turned on her, her friends have turned on her, and then this pushes her over the edge, to kill the gods and stuff, and then but then it's just like all of that, like during that, it's like you can kind of like feel the anguish from Merrick, and it's just like her doubts, her fears, that kind of thing, and how everyone's just kind of pushing it on her, and it's just like it's the best that the actress has done. Is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty top notch too, to be honest. Though the Thane and Tila don't do too much. They kind of show up, but then they do more at like the final act of things. But really, the focus was on Merrick and Dagon, and how like Dagon is just supporting her. They had like these nice little conversations between each other when
they have a lot of conversation in this movie.
Yeah, they have a lot of, but it's like it really helps to develop, like you watch the relationship kind of like, if like I suppose evolve is the word for it. Because it's it's like here it's like like while Dagon can kind of be like he's a bit of a cynic, and he also sometimes he'll joke about like, oh yeah, it's the end of the world, whatever, blah blah blah. But Merrick feels bad,
Yeah.
and then because she believes she's the cause for it, which she kind of is. But then Dagon will come over and say, okay, look, I was just making a joke. Let's just focus on the plan. Let's do this. He helps her along, and he's probably like the only reason why Merrick got as far as she did in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise she would have doubted herself and she would have probably gone to Zorlak sooner.
Yeah.
And you get these nice little conversations with like when where America is like, oh, I've never even been loved, that kind of thing. I never like my mother abandoned me and stuff, and she never loved me. All she cared about was the stone or whatever. And I was like mistreated as like a slave for all my life. But then it's like you get this nice little backstory tidbit here with like Dagon, where Dagon actually kind of like for the first time like you have ever seen ever. But he actually starts to open up about his past. So because it shows up the amount of care that he has for Mary, because he's always been kind of like as they said here, like a self-serving thief, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like you have Merrick who's like doubting herself, and so he opens up to make her feel better, and he starts opening up about how he was raised in a brothel. He hasn't had the best life because of it. His mother hung herself when he was like 4, and then he just started like resorting to thieving because no one else would really take care of him. Well, brothel sort of does. The other prostitutes or courtesans would probably be the more appropriate term. I don't know. Took care of him, but it wasn't like it's not the best place for a kid. And then he just kind of ends up.
$400. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, what? Hello,
Ooh,
Austin.
ooh,
Please,
ooh,
Austin.
Ooh. Well, I'm definitely not online shopping right now. Ooh.
Why are you online shopping?
Wait, what's that? What's the Trump dollar hits? Everything changed about your life, all right?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Ooh. Okay.
Fucking hell.
Okay, this is probably a bad idea. All right, yeah, continue on. Yeah.
Anyway, you get more character out of Dagon, and then which is really nice because Dagon's my favorite character. He's the greatest. And it's just mainly for the most part it's honestly just a film with Merrick and Dagon in it, and you get a nice you get these nice dialogues like where Dagon kind of entertains us that look, we could just forget out about all this, go to a fishing village, I fish, you wash, that kind of thing, but we don't have to, it's like it's a bit of a joke there. Like they could have just left it behind, have a nice life, and Merrick is like, oh yeah, I wish we could do that, but I have to be responsible for what I've done, and she would have liked to have done that, but then it's like, nah, we have to save the world. I know, it's just really nice, to see that it's a lot more concentrated on the character here, and like they had some character development in the fourth one, a little bit, but then it's still mostly like wild shenanigans that's happening.
Yeah.
And it's just really weird, and it's all over the place. So it wasn't really too good in the fourth one. But in the fifth one, it's a lot better. It's honestly the best,
yeah.
I'll say. You get, like, segments between Thane and Tila. They don't really do much to add to anything, other than, what do you call it? What's the term I'm looking for? They don't
plot
really...
explanation?
Yeah, they do plot exposition, and you get all these they kind of push it forward at the end, the plot. So that's what they're kind of there for.
Yeah.
But they're really there. They're just there.
Yeah, they're just there. Yeah. They're just there. They're just there to introduce the cameo, the greatest cameo in a movie.
God, dude, that was a thing. That was a thing, yeah. God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
They literally show up, just be like, "Hey, yo, guys, we're here. All right, time to take you guys to the cameo." All right, William. Yes, exactly.
Oh my God,
definitely. I totally agree.
Indeed. Oh
yes,
my God.
We are definitely not restarted because I had to go do something.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what were you saying? Something about Hodor. Big fan of Hodor?
Something about Hodor.
Yeah, big fan of Hodor, aren't you?
Yes, I am a big fan of Hodor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But, I mean, to be fair, not to be fair. What am I saying to be fair for? It's not like I ragged on anything yet. No, yeah, but Tila and Thane don't do much. They're there. They mention the plot stuff is going down, but they're not really the focus of it. So they only show up for like 3-minute segments, and then until the end when Tila in her with her goddess powers, with the goddess, controlling her and stuff.
Yeah.
Comes in and starts pushing the plot forward
Mm-hmm.
with her magical goddess powers and stuff. And so, it's fine. Like I don't really know what else to say when it comes to a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I'm pretty much satisfied with most everything that happened in this movie. The only especially with in the beginning, well, you have in the beginning Merrick and Dagan. I mean, you open up with a scene other than the zombie scene with Thane and Tila, but you open up with another zombie scene where Dagan and Merrick are saving some villagers.
Uh-huh.
And you also so they have the wagon. They put the villagers in the wagon, but they also do have the what do you call it? The basically the zombie princess, right? They have the zombie princess there, and then they're like, okay, you know what? Here's what we can't bring the villagers with us. Dagan says, right?
Mm-hmm.
And America's like, no, but we can't just leave them alone. It's like we have to protect them. It's like they have no chance out there without us.
Mm-hmm.
And so America basically makes a decision to leave the wagon with the villagers.
Uh-huh.
And then Dagan's like, okay, but I guess we'll have to leave Zombie Princess too because they can't really take her, and she's not gonna really help with anything anyway.
Yeah.
So they kind of
character we established in the franchise.
Yeah, I know. She's the
catalyst. She's the catalyst for it. She is the Trolls 2 of Mythica.
God, dude. But yeah,
that's the analogy I'm making though.
Yeah, but but the director, at least for this one, acknowledges that this happened, but then it's like, yeah, but we're not gonna make it a thing. It's gone now. They'll never appear again, and they really don't. They really don't for the rest of the movie. They really don't appear in the end, and it's oh god, except for the after credit scene, but
there was an after credit scene in this movie.
There was an after credit scene.
I didn't remember there was an after credit scene. Hold on, let me quickly look at this after credit scene. I was unaware there was an after credit scene.
I shall wait for you. It's actually pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good.
Oh, is that it? Oh, she just go back to being racist. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Wow, is this just... Jesus Christ. Okay. What a fucking loser. Everyone just start laughing at her she... Oh, they're pointing and shaming her. That's the best part.
To be honest, that's honestly the best thing. That's the best that's the best way you can tie up her character.
Oh,
it's the
Jesus
best
Christ.
thing.
I never realized there was an after credit scene. Wow. Well, what if the other movies had after credit scene now too?
I wondered about that too, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother.
We're not gonna bother to find out if the other one had after credit scene or not. Huh? Okay.
God, dude. Yeah, I don't need to find out anymore, man. God, it's so good. The movie was so good, and it's it even has a sad, sort of bittersweet ending. God, okay, I'm gonna talk about this ending so much. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this ending.
Yeah, well, you do your video, your rant about Mythica.
Look, it's not gonna be that big of a rant. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But basically, you have this ending where it's this really nice ending where basically it's at the end. You have Merrick realizing that, oh, wait, he tricked me. I betrayed my friends instead of them betraying me. Oh, no. Right? And this is right after they end up killing all the gods. Even Anna said, when Anna, I think is how you pronounce her name. But, yeah, they kill her, too. And, but Tila's fine. Tila's alright. He only took the god soul out of Tila, Zorlok.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so this is basically Zorlok's plan. It was to kill the gods and become the only god in the world, that kind of thing. And so, but then you have it so that Zorlok is like, oh, I'll just leave us alone. Go ahead and ascend. Just leave this world in peace. But he's of course not having any of it. He's like, dude, I'm a god now. You do what I say. Kneel. And then he he makes her kneel with like his like godlike powers at this point. And then yeah, sorry, it's a thing. But yeah, and so as they're reaching out towards each other because he's making her do that for some reason. I don't quite remember what the reason was. I think it was like to like do something. I don't know, like kiss his hand or something. I have no remember this. But then it's like you get this really nice scene where you it looks like you're in a different place, but you see Gojin Pai and then you see Merrick. And then they start having like this conversation where Merrick is like, "Dude, I just fucked up so bad." And it's like Gojin Pai is like, "It's not that bad," but a bit. Well, it didn't go exactly like that. But they start talking about like how where Merrick kind of realizes, oh, so this was your plan to be within his soul without him knowing, because he took his life force, but he's like, oh yeah, but so like when you reach at this point, I'm here to help to help you out. And they start having this talk where Merrick is like, she did nothing right and nobody loved her, that kind of thing, and that she doesn't think that that everything will be fine in the end, that kind of thing. But then Gojin Pai starts talking about like how her mother did love her, and that saying that while like he starts explaining like, yeah, she was a terrible person, we acknowledge this, but nobody understood why she took the stone and didn't take the money. But Gojin Pai is like, but I know, because he's like, because she took the stone and hid it away for you, because she's like, she was pregnant with you at the time, and she realized she didn't want you to be living in a world ruled by some evil god necromancer, and so she hid away, keeping this like living in poverty and like trying to hide the stone, just so that she could have a chance at a better life. So it's this kind of thing where she's kind of reassured of herself. And then she starts wondering. She does ask the question because she has a tie with a dark spore. I keep saying dark stone. It's the easier word. Yeah. But like, she starts wondering if she would ever like actually if she would die if she destroys the dark spore. And then Gojin Pai kind of tells her like, yeah, every hero's gotta have to make a sacrifice because they can't come back from the dark unscathed when they're fighting it. That kind of thing. And so he's saying, I'll help you out, but you only have a chance. That kind of thing, right? And so they had that talk. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention there's this interesting thing that they did. But like Dagon is dead by this point, but his ghost is kind of there.
Yeah, but he's best friends with Hodor now, so it's fine.
Yeah, but he has the hammer, but the hammer can only be taken from the world of the dead if you have the Iron Crown on. So she figures this out at some point. So she basically has the crown on.
Random plot twist. Like, imagine if they didn't have the Iron Crown, or they never established the Iron Crown in this universe. They're like, oh fuck, we have to do that. Like, imagine if the Iron Crown was like a side quest mission that impacts the main game storyline that they never did. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's pretty. It's like, especially with the fact that in the fourth movie they don't really establish its importance until like they mention it, then they go off some random quest, and then they at the end it's like
sky pirates and Egyptian and one hot Egyptian guy.
Yeah, basically, and it's just like, oh well, now we're bringing the Iron Crown again, and it's just like. It's not really much.
Just threw it away after that quest. It's like, all right, this item's worthless now. Let's throw it away.
Yeah, I know.
Let's pull a Lois Lane in Batman v Superman.
Oh my god. God damn it.
Yeah, well, where's that Snyder cut coming out? Where's the Snyder cut?
The standard cut?
Yeah, Snyder. Where's the Snyder cut?
That's not the Snyder cut? Oh god, okay. I thought you were saying, God, look, there is no Snyder cut, okay? There's never gonna be a Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, she basically figures this out. She puts on the crown and stuff, and basically, with Gojin Pai's help, he takes control of Zorlak's body temporarily, and she destroys the fucking dark spore, and she does die in the process. But it's honestly really sad because They actually, first of all, they actually did get the actress to actually show, like, because they actually let her emote here, so you actually do get some tears, and it's like, it's really sad because like she's haunted like by this darkness her whole life, and then her last words are like, "I'm free," and then she dies. I'm like, don't.
Well, to
don't
be fair,
cry.
she is free.
Don't cry.
She's free from living.
God, it's just so sad though. It's honestly, it was actually really sad when that happened.
Remember, existence is pain.
God, I mean, yeah, and then oh god, okay. So here's where my rant comes in, right?
Okay, you mean the rant that you haven't been on before?
Yeah, I know, but it's like I haven't really been on a rant. I'm explaining things.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you how sad her death is.
Mm.
You know that Dagon died in defense of Merrick, and then like they're both buried next to each other. It's really sad. And then Stain is talking about how like the world has been saved by the two unlikeliest of heroes, which was a bastard half elf and a crippled slave girl.
Mm.
And and it's like, and he's wondering if people will ever remember, but then Tila comes in saying we will, and then they kind of wonder about like how if the world will ever how the world will go on, but then Tila does come in with this nice like blurb where she's like, when I was being possessed by the goddess, I saw her beginning and her end, but before her beginning and after her end, especially now, is like I see that life has flourished even without the gods, and so like life will go on. So it's a really nice segment. The only thing is that the gods but the only sad thing that you would say is probably that without the gods, magic will fade. And she's like, maybe new gods will come in, maybe magic will return. Who knows? That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so
in Mythica 6.
Yeah, in Mythica 6.
The quest for more money. The quest for stuff.
The quest for more money, Austin. But
Wait, how much money do you think this Mythica franchise has made?
I will have to look it up later. But like, then
well, I was being sarcastic when I said that. I didn't actually want the actual facts. Don't actually send me the actual facts.
I'll actually send you the actual facts.
No.
I'll do it, but not now. But so then Tina's like, oh yeah, so it's like, let's just let's live a nice life together, you and me. How about it, Thane? Let's go make a family or something. And then he's like, yeah, sounds good. They start making out, right? Yeah. But my problem is that when this happened, this is all in front of the bloody graves of Merrick and Dagon. Like, this is the most inappropriate time to be doing that.
Wait. You can't stop people from being horny, right?
But it's like they just buried their two friends who they've been with since the beginning of this whole story. Yeah. And then they start doing this in front of the grave.
You're right. Are we watching the scene? They just start fucking doing it right in front of them. Jesus Christ.
It's like
they could have waited. They literally, if they took like 2 steps forward, it would have been okay. But then, like 2 steps forward is the area of okay.
It's like here's my fix for this. Basically, it's like, oh yeah, will anyone ever remember this? It's like, I think we will. It's like, yeah, okay, it's like, yeah, we will. And then they start walking off into the distance. Then they have their talk as they're walking, and then in the sunset, when they say, oh yeah, let's have a life together, then they start making out. But you don't focus on the graves, you focus on them with the sunset in the background or something. Yeah. Then that would be like
the grave as they're making out.
Yeah, you see the grave as they're making out. I'm like, why?
I don't know who framed this shot. This is like one of the worst framing I ever seen. This framing is so honestly, terrible. Like you can see the sun coming out of from over the hill in the background, right? So I was like, all right, that's fine, that's cool. But do you see the grave right in front of next?
God, it's so
composing the other shot. Such an awkward shot.
And I see that I'm like the thing is, the director for this movie is actually pretty competent, but for this one scene, I'm like, why didn't you just do something else? You should have known that this was like pretty bad. Like, I'm happy for these two characters.
Wait. You know this movie has a different title?
But hold on. I'm gonna finish this line.
Okay.
But then it's like, I'm happy for these two characters, but in front of their grave, that's like the most inappropriate thing.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just have them walk or something? Like what I said. Like, that would have fixed it. It would have been fine. It's so odd. I'm like, why? Why is this a thing?
Wait, what's the title of this movie?
The title of this one, the 5th one? The Godslayer.
Wait, why does the credits say the Dragon Slayer?
Wait, does it?
Yes, I'm looking at the credits now. It
Does
says Mythica, the
it?
Dragon Slayer. Is that the fucking title?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
What's
Wow.
the actual title? Hold on, let me go to the IMDb. Does it list Dragon Slayer as an alternative title? I don't think no, it doesn't.
It might have been an honest to God accident. That's actually pretty funny.
What the fuck? It's so fucking weird. Why does it? What's the title? No, the poster says it's called the Godslayer as well. That's so fucking weird. Why does it say Dragon Slayer? You think? What does that even
Wow,
mean?
that's a big one. That's a big mistake right there. Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
from what I can tell, I think the Dragon Slayer is the UK title or some shit. Maybe it might
I
be.
think. Oh no, yeah. It says on UK. It says the Dragon Slayer. I think we might have gotten that version instead.
Oh, that's so fucking weird. This is a Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone situation right now.
Oh yeah, that really is. God.
Oh, hey, I finally learned. Also, off topic, real quick. I finally learned why they changed the title, and they changed the title for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I finally
Why?
found out. So it turns out the reason that people associate the word philosopher with old people, with old boring stuff, and not with magic, so they changed it to sorcerer to make it sound cool to kids. Cause kids
To
definitely
be
know what a philosopher is.
to be fair, that's not it. That's not an entirely bad reason to change it.
Yeah.
I will be honest with you.
Mm.
So I
Yeah,
can
but-
get it. I can honestly understand the
But
reason
I'm like,
for
but
that.
like, kids don't know what the word sorcerer is. They're not gonna know what the word philosopher is. You could literally put any words with more than five, that's longer than 5 letters, and kids will think it's magic. You could have called this Harry Potter and the Mythica Stone, and kids will think it's cool.
Oh my God! All right, but man, okay, but yeah, but then it ends in this nice little thing. And like they, as I said before, I suppose I'm pretty sure I said it before.
Also, look at the
but,
credits, just a recap of the outer movie, and they show characters that don't even appear in this movie.
Yeah, but it's like it's like characters throughout all 5 movies. You
Yeah,
know?
it's pretty funny. I was like, I'm going through the credits right now, and we see the three characters from the last movie that were there. I was like, oh, okay, hey, they're there. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
but you know,
But to try to make it look like a big focus for some reason, I was like, oh, okay.
but man, it's just like they have this like nice little ending where it's basically like Dagan was talking about fishing earlier. You know,
Mhm.
having a nice life with like Merrick at the end of it all. But you
Yeah.
know, this is obviously like after they both died and stuff. So
Mhm.
like this is like an afterlife type of situation
Yeah.
where basically they're by like they're by like the ocean. Dagan clearly doesn't know how to fish, but he's trying. But
Christ.
but then you know Merrick comes in. They both see each other. They're happy to see to find each other
Yeah, hey,
again
the
in the
underworld looks
afterlife.
good all of a sudden.
The underworld looks good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's honestly the most picturesque thing I've seen in like in this whole franchise when they're at the end of it all and they're like both dead but they're all both by the beachside. And it's obviously filmed at golden hour, so it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. And then you know they're happy they're with each other and then it just kind of ends like it just ends like with a you know with the waves coming in and out on the beach. And it's a really bittersweet ending where you're happy they found each other but they're dead. So it's like my heart. Oh, it hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts so much. It has that tragic ending. Also, I suppose it should be said I'm a fan of like tragedy, so
Mhm.
I guess that's a thing for me too. So it's really good for me. It's like I like this a lot. It's just like why is it that I had to go through 3 other movies that were just so utter bleh, and then I have only to witness 2 other good movies. It's like why put me through this?
Mhm.
Ugh, God, but let me take a drink real quick while I...
Yeah.
Ugh. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. I'm really satisfied with how things turned out at the end of it all.
Mhm. Yeah.
Even though the 4th movie was a bit of a stumble.
It was fucking wild.
God, but it's so good. But it's like, I don't know if I can recommend just the 5th movie unless you have... But because you kind of need the context of all the other movies too. Maybe.
We could always just re-edit the entire franchise, all right? We do what people do with The Hobbit. We just re-edit it to one movie. We could just
Hey,
re-edit.
Austin.
We could be
Hey,
we could be
Austin.
the biggest Mythica fans on Earth and re-edit this franchise.
Austin, do you want to re-edit the
No,
Mythica
fucking no. I don't want to
franchise?
fucking know. I'd rather write up a script for Guntica than re-edit Mythica. All right.
Oh my god! But I honestly think this is like the best movie, and so it's such a satisfying conclusion after everything I've watched too.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. Like it basically makes me watching all those movies worth it.
Yeah.
It makes it
I told
worth
you
it.
this franchise just goes on a fucking roller coaster when in one of the past movies I was like, oh yeah, this franchise just fucking goes wild after the second movie. It's fucking insane.
God.
Even despite my lack of knowledge of remembering anything from Mythica, because I watched all of Mythica all at once, and so I just processed all of Mythica's information and forgot what was in what Mythica's information.
God, dude.
Look, I only remember key points in all of these movies. All right, the key point of 5 was zombies, Hodor, and that was it. That was the key point.
Okay, Austin. All right, but it's just as a whole, I don't regret my watching the whole of the Mythica series. I really don't. Even though I really don't like the second and the fourth movie, but I suppose as a rating to my enjoyment of this film, I think I'm kind of like thinking maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I say 8 only because I honestly really like the fifth movie, but then it's like it's probably more towards a 7 because everything else is all right.
Yeah.
And like the only high point before the fifth one was the third movie. So yeah, that's like as a whole, I think it's probably better to say maybe a 7.5 out of 10 for the whole series as a whole.
Yeah.
But in terms of ranking these movies, it's probably going to be like for the first one on the top is 5, then 3, then I would say 1, then 4, then 2. I really hate 2. I hate 2 so much.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, 2 is definitely the worst out of the franchise.
God.
Because
it's such a train wreck.
it's literally nothing. 2 is...
Yeah, it's just...
Nothing literally happens in 2. Nothing of real importance that could have been covered in another movie happens in 2. I think they just wrote it as a tax write-off.
That's pretty funny that was the case. But, oh my god. It's... Like, I'm kind of... I just can't believe, like, I had, like... This whole fucking series just brought me through, like, oh, I hate it, now I love it. Now I hate it, now I love it. Like,
yeah.
God, what is this?
So I would probably do 5, 4, because 4 is so fucking absurd and stupid, because it fucking breaks the law of the stupid magic world for no fucking reason. I hate it because it's so fucking awful. 3, 1, and then 2.
Yeah, that's
I just
fair.
fucking love 4 because it's so fucking stupid. Hey, wait, where were the sky pirates when the zombie apocalypse was going on in this universe?
They were busy being zombies, Austin.
Oh
Come
no,
on
there were 2. Oh, you think they were sky pirate zombies? Do you think zombies in this universe can fly an airship?
God, man.
Can we get air zombies?
I mean, there are zombie dragons,
No?
but I don't know about air zombies.
Jesus Christ.
But God, it's like the only like again. I think I'll just like everything works for the most part with this series. The only thing that I hate and it's never explained and it's just like random and out of because sometimes it's overpowered, sometimes it's just not there and nobody really thinks to use it. Is the goddamn magic.
Yeah.
God, it just so irks me because I'm still remembering that scene in the fourth movie where basically Merrick turns the demons into ice and they can just shatter on impact. I'm like, that's such an OP spell. Like, could you just done that the whole time? Like, this would have helped you win everything. You could have done everything by yourself. You could have frozen the ogre into ice and then killed him on impact. Like, what is this? God, it's so very clear. Like, that's my only problem with the series. Like, throughout all the movies, it's just the fact that the rules of magic are very much not established, and because of that, they fluctuate wildly in terms of power level.
It's really fucking weird how all this just happens.
Yeah, but yeah. Besides that, I think honestly, I'm fine with this movie series. But yeah, I've already stated how I felt about it, so that's all I have.
Yeah. Yeah, Mythica was a fun ride. I'm fucking this guy we decided to do Mythica month or week or whatever the fuck this Mythica series we're calling it is.
God, dude. Hey man, you're the one who's naming these, not
Oh
me.
yeah, you're right. That's I have to figure this out in the editing bay. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Any other final thoughts you want to say?
No, I said all I had anything to say for this one.
All right. Hey, wait. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next one as we discuss the plot of Guntica again.
God, stop.
All right. That's how I'm ending it. All right. Wash your hands. Coronavirus is still a thing when we record this. Might still be a thing when I upload this. Okay. Thanks. Bye.